about some nostalgia talk, about some music.
Yes,
Because I know
sir.
you're like, Joe forgot to put this song. I'm like, nah, bro. Yeah, I know where it's at, dude. I know where it's at. We grew up in different barrios, Mike. So the difference in music is big time.
Hey, there's always a song that brings everybody back, man. There's some song that in your life that brings you back. You know,
Hmm.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do you think there really was a big difference between growing up in the J neighborhood versus growing up in the Holmes neighborhood? Because we're so
Oh,
close to each other.
absolutely. No,
What's the big difference between the two?
The difference between the two is that over there by Jay and all that, it's more hood, bro. You know, by Exit 7 and all that, it's a lot more hood. Like the neighborhood I grew up in, it's a lot more hood than Holmes. Holmes is considered like middle class, bro.
Back in the day. Well, it
Yeah.
still is.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
It's
What's
big
up, Greg? Good to see you in the chat, big dog.
What's up, Greg? Mike was you weren't in Marbach, man. You were like, no, I grew up in, I went to Holmes.
Orderly
You're into-
Holmes, baby.
You're into
Off of-
business careers, right? You're into business careers.
No, I didn't go to business.
Oh, you went to Holmes. Okay.
Yeah,
But where about Holmes did you live? Like where? Like by Ingram?
by Ingram Mall between
Like Ingram? Yeah.
Callahan Road.
Yeah.
All right.
If you know where Saul Ross is, I was.
Oh yeah. I don't
3
think there's
blocks
that
in
much
front of Saul
difference.
Ross.
There's not much difference from like Saul Ross area and all that because a lot of the some of the Saul Ross kids ended up going to Jay. I don't know why, but I remember Saul Ross, Anson Jones, Pease, like all those middle schools fed into Jay. Some of them. What's up, Alex? 7173 Taco Tuesdays in the house.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, it's the life that we chose.
Yes, we're rising together on a Friday here on the Area 210 podcast, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. My name is Mike Jimenez. Back at the studios, Joe Garcia, and the traveling jackal. No, he's a traveling longhorn today. Fernandez at the LAX airport in Los Angeles, on his way to Athens, Georgia, to go check out the UT Longhorns, his alma mater. Take on the Georgia Bulldogs, a big game this Saturday. We'll get into that. You'll also see that Fernandez has his Spurs cap on, so he somehow put together the burnt orange with the Spurs orange vibe going on there. Very nice. Very nice. Spurs taking on the Golden State Warriors, looking for some revenge. But this is a more important game because it's a cup game. Spurs 1-0 in the Cup Series because they beat Houston earlier this month. So we have a lot to get into. We're going to get Puro in this house. And it's Friday, Joe, and what? We don't what?
We don't give a damn, but more importantly, it's Friday and
It's Friday, and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
speaking of check bidder,
I'm waiting for that back pay, dog. I'm waiting
Yeah,
for that
that's what I was gonna
government
say.
shutdown back pay, bro.
You want to hear some bullcrap, Fernandez? I found out that I'm not getting paid on Monday like I expected to. You know why? They didn't process my commissions. You know why they didn't process my commissions? They blamed Veterans Day. So they said, Jimenez, this was the choice they gave me. They said, Jimenez will pay you, but we'll pay you, but you have to give us $200 to pay you early, or wait till the following Monday, the 24th, to get paid.
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, I'm not going to pay $200 for that. No, I'll just wait I'll wait an extra 7 days. But they blame Veterans Day. They're just like, hey, no one came in to process commissions. So I was like,
that's
okay.
messed up.
But it's a big show. It's been a big week here for the Area 210 podcast. Not only do we pick up subscriber 2,560 this week, but our shenanigans were brought up by my essay. So we had that going on. Lots of shenanigans. We developed a civil war. We developed a civil war on social media, on Twitter, about Jeremy Sohan, because I compared Jeremy Sohan's stands to those who held on to the hopes of Lonnie Walker in Lonnie Walker's last year. So we have lots to get into when it comes to it all. But you know what? Before we go ahead.
Real quick. Myra's in the chat. What's up, baby girl? Texas Latinas in the chat. Stephanie is in the chat. Good to see all of you guys.
Ladies in the house for Fernandez today. No, so let's before we get into Cowboys talk, Spurs talk, let's get into UT talk. because that's a big game going on this weekend.
Mhm.
It's interesting because UT has 2 games that are coming up that are important. Win and they're in. You know
Mhm.
that, right? But
Yeah.
UT has had a very fascinating run of games because not only did they have the loss against Ohio State, they had that loss against Florida. That's the one big glaring
Mhm.
loss that they have. But if they lose a third game, they've got who? Ohio State, and they've
Yeah.
got A&M on the docket. A&M, who's
Mhm.
number 3 team in the nation right now.
Mhm.
Can they get in?
Undefeated.
Can they get in if they lose to if do you think that one of these 2 wins gets them in? Beating Georgia on the road, beating the undefeated A&M team, like just get one. Even
Yeah.
though they'd be 9-3, just get
And-
one cuz I think those losses to Ohio State will be forgiven.
Right.
I think a loss to Georgia in Athens or a loss to
Yeah.
A&M who's undefeated would be forgiven.
Right.
But do you think they can get in at 9-3?
Man, I'll tell you what, and like you said, man, I'm on my way to Athens. I'm super excited. I'm taking all the burnt orange out there, so it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna meet up a buddy of mine who's a Georgia grad out there, so he
Mhm.
invited me to the game. So, but man, that's a good question. Obviously, win both, and you're rolling because Georgia's number 5 right now, and
Right.
Texas is 10. Texas is 10. So you win that game, man. You're likely to be 5-7 or
Moving
something
on
like
up.
that. You're moving on up, yeah. A&M undefeated. That's the recall of the rivalry. Is always a Thanksgiving thing. UT, we used to do hex rallies before the A&M games. I remember that. It was so much fun, and I know A&M does their thing too. And it's going to be a battle of just big Texas teams. I say, I mean, you at least have to win one to get in. Like you said, you at least have to have one to get a chance. And like you said, it's just been so fascinating how Texas came out of the gate, like number one, right? Number one, arch, all this stuff. And then it just went, south, and then it went back up. And then, like you said, you could forgive the Ohio State loss. You can forgive an A&M loss. You could forgive an Athens loss, but you got to get one of those, though. Right? You got to
Yeah.
get one of those. You have to get one of them. So you get one of those, and on strength of schedule, people are going to get upset and all that. But I think they get in on if they win one. You got to win one. You got to win one. That's for a fact. You lose both, and there's not even a discussion.
We-
You
That
somehow win both. Then you're really in business. But you got to win one. Got
you
to win
said the
one.
word. You said the words because normally I'd be a hater.
Yeah.
Normally, I'd be a hater and I'd say 3 losses is 3 losses. You don't deserve to
Sure.
get in. And
Hmm.
you can nitpick that Florida loss because they shouldn't have lost to that Florida team. And
Yeah.
Arch looked like trash in that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. But what do? We bitch, moan, and complain when college teams don't put up a very good schedule. When they put up
Right.
these rinketing games, and I know Texas did as well.
Hmm.
They had that stretch of games where they had Sam Houston State and
Yeah.
the Little Women's of the Poor, the Sisters of the Blind, and all that stuff. They had those 3 games stretch
Yeah.
there, right? But you can't deny that they had Ohio State to start the year on the
Hmm.
road. You cannot deny that they had Georgia on the road, and you cannot deny the fact that they had Vandy who came in. You
Hmm.
cannot deny the fact that they're playing an A&M team who might be undefeated in the top 3 when
Yeah.
it's all said and done. I would say this: win one, be close in the other. Then I'm
Yeah.
fine. Win
Yeah.
one, and let's say they beat Georgia, right? But if they get the brakes beaten off of them against A&M, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't do it. I think they
Right.
have to win one and be competitive in one to actually get in. Because if they get smoked by A&M by 3 scores, I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
I
Joe, what says
agree.
you?
I agree.
Joe, what do you think?
I think if you win, you're in. And basically they have to go ahead and look good. It's all about perception. So if they can go ahead and they lose to Georgia, but it's a really close game, like you said, it could be forgiven. But the one game that scares me right now is that Arkansas game. That one could
Mhm.
be sneaky, dude. That one will
Yeah.
sneak up
Mhm.
on you. Because that team is all right. They all right.
Hmm.
They're not like a powerhouse right now, but they have that money. They got that Jerry World money coming in, that Walmart money coming in. So it's a decent enough team. But they can't take them for granted. Like you need to beat that team, and you need to beat them and look. It needs to look convincing, against Arkansas.
Right. And they
And
also
the other thing,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
going to say the other thing is you have to beat at least Georgia or Texas A&M. To me, the season is on the line against Georgia tonight. You have to get that game. You
Tomorrow night.
have to have that one.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you lose that one, it's going to be hard, dude, to go ahead and
Mhm.
say you're going to beat Arkansas, and then you're going to have to go in there and beat an undefeated Texas A&M team. That's going to be too much, I think, of UT. You're asking too much of UT to do that, but they have to have that Georgia game. I think tonight they know that this is not tonight, but tomorrow they
Tomorrow.
know that's going to be a must win for them. They have
Mhm.
to have that game.
I think that also what happens is what goes on between seeds 11 through 15
Mm-hmm.
in the rankings. BYU, do they pick up a loss? Utah, do they pick up a loss? What about teams like OU? Things like that, because Texas beat OU.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it all
Handedly.
comes down to it, and then at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but there's certain schools the college football committee loves.
Oh yeah.
And when given a choice for the last spot,
Oh yeah.
if it is Texas or Utah, if it is Texas or BYU, if it is Texas or Vanderbilt, they're going to pick Texas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they
Exactly.
have that going for
Yeah.
them, right? The
Who brings
spread's
in the
6.5
ratings?
points. Exactly.
Who brings in the
Yeah.
ratings? Yeah.
For sure, for sure. You could not like that, or you could say that's unfair. Life's unfair, but I agree. Real quick, Greg's asking about Spurs gear in Georgia. Yeah, man. Of course, I'm rocking the
Yeah.
burnt orange hat. I got the other burnt orange one
Damn.
that I'm gonna wear at the game with my UT jersey. So yeah, bro, it's Texas, and of course, it's always Spurs, dog. There's always a way to incorporate Spurs, dog. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into Atlanta tonight, and I'm gonna find a place to watch a Spurs game. Rocking my Texas and my Spurs gear. Hopefully, I don't get jumped down there with the down south. It's down south, bro.
Well, I mean,
Dirty South, bro.
They might not take too kindly to our kind down there. You know what I'm saying? So they might have ice on standby. So I don't know.
Hey.
We'll see.
beauty of it all, the
We'll
beauty
see.
of it all is going to a college town. There is
Oh yeah,
nothing like it all.
yeah.
And it's sad because,
Hmm.
we have Division 1 American Athletic Conference play
Hmm.
at the Alamo Dome, and we
Yeah.
have the tailgate. Don't get me wrong. I love
Sure.
going to the tailgates and seeing my friends, but there's nothing like a big league school tailgate, nothing
Absolutely.
like a big league school environment. I've been fortunate enough to go to games at UT for UT
Hmm.
games, but even that's corporate because that's in the middle of downtown Austin. It's not a
Hmm.
college town necessarily. It's
Hmm.
it's a big ass school in the middle of a million person population.
Yeah.
But go into Baton Rouge to watch an LSU game, or for those who go to Tuscaloosa to watch a game for Bama, or Athens for Georgia, it is a different animal altogether. Describe what it's like going to those games.
Oh yeah, same, bro. You're right, bro. And like I said, I went to UT, and I mean the UT tailgates are amazing, and it's a good time, and it's a college town. But I know what you're saying. It's not. It's Austin. Austin's still Austin. You go to a place like Athens, like you said,
College Station.
just call,
Yeah.
yeah, College Station, where and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but there's nothing else other than that. You know what I mean? There's like living, breathing like God, yeah, you go to College Station and it's God's A&M. You know what I mean? There's nothing else that matters, and that's pretty awesome. It's like those Friday Night Lights kind of situations, right? Where
Yeah.
like everything shuts down. Every store, every mom and pop shop, everything shuts down because it's college game day. So yeah, man, that atmosphere is like nothing else, man. I've been to boxing events, UFC events. I mean, no, Spur, all that, and then this is not disrespect to none of that, but you're right, Mike. There is nothing like a tiny town, a tiny college town that are just rabid about their
Right.
team. There just isn't. Like they're
Amen.
just not. So
We got
Six
to
and a
give a
half
quick
point
shout
favorites.
out. Look who's in the house, man. Little Susie's here.
Susie's in the house.
Let
There
the
she
party
is.
let the
Yeah.
party begin. That's what Stephanie's saying.
Susie's in the house. Jenny Juice, Moo Max is in the house.
Yeah.
Laura De Leon Velez is in the house. Yeah, man.
Welcome,
Velez, I'm
ladies.
sorry.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. But yeah,
Hey, you
you're
know
right,
what? I was
Mike.
gonna tell Stephanie something too, because she had asked something the other day. Because I drop off my little niece every Friday. That's my Friday mornings with my niece Malia. Shout out to her. She goes to Stevens. So she is in Cass, Stephanie. She goes to Cass. So I drop her off in the front of Stevens every Friday morning. I get that little girl, man. I always she puts in her taco order every Thursday, bro. So I gotta wake up like at 7:10, 7:15. I'm out of the house, going to get her tacos, and then we go and get Dutch Brothers. I got my Dutch Bros today. I said it
Dutch
right, Dutch
brothers. You
Bros.
got your Dose Bros, your
I
Dutch
got my
brothers,
electric raspberry or something. That's what she picked for
bro.
me today. She always
Every
tells me,
time, every time Myra goes gets Dutch Bros, she always tells me, "Hey, I got Dutch Brothers," and she it always remembers that Joe calls it Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Brothers. Mhm.
Hey, the game for the Longhorns is going to be a 6:30 kickoff tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's going to be on national TV on ESPN, ABC
Yeah.
broadcasting as well. So, I mean, lots of good things when it comes to it. A&M is taking on South Carolina and are coming
Mm.
in as 17.5 point favorites. After that, they have basically a preseason game against Samford. I mean, they're going to go roll over Samford leading into the UT game. I cannot see A&M not being 11-0 when they play UT. And now we're getting that rivalry back, right? May not
Yeah.
be every year, but
Yeah.
we're getting the
Yeah.
rivalry back, UT versus A&M.
Absolutely. As it
How
should
big
be.
that is
As it should
important
be.
for the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what's wild is the my first year of school, because again, I didn't go to college right out of high school. So for those that don't know, I joined the Marine Corps. After 6 years in the Marine Corps, I did an Navy Marine ROTC program at the University of Texas. So I wasn't like a college kid, when I went to college, but I still had my fair share of good time. Trust you me. But I remember they would take turns, right? A&M would play in Austin, and then UT would play in College Station. So my freshman year of college, it was A&M, and we did the Hex Rally, and we did all this stuff, and it was the coolest thing, right? I had never been involved in anything like that before. That was so cool. And then, so the next year, it was supposed to be they would come to Austin. So we were already ready and planning. Well, that's when they came there. That's when they stopped doing the Texas A&M Texas rivalry, and I was so upset. I was so mad because they didn't, get to come back to Austin when I was there. So my time there from 2009 to 2013, I didn't get to do the Texas A&M Texas game.
Wow.
So I'm
Yeah.
super excited for this year's that they're doing it. You know what would be crazy, Mike? If Georgia, if Texas loses to Georgia, but then knocks off an undefeated A&M. That would be
Right.
that's the dilemma. That's where the dilemma would come, or that's where you know it's going to be interesting. Like you said, the weight of the schedule, they're going to see what they do because, knocking off an undefeated A&M would be, gargantuan. I mean, it would be wow. Like it would be so, these storylines are making for some good college football, man.
And the A&M game would have more power to it
Yes,
all.
I agree. I
I
agree.
mean,
I agree.
because they'll be undefeated, they'd be 11-0.
Sure.
At that point, they'd be 1, 2, or 3. They're getting first place votes right now in the
Yeah.
AP Top 25.
Yeah. Well,
That
you got. I'm
that's where
sorry.
it's at.
Yeah, but you got to think too. If they beat Georgia, man, they're going to be riding high, man. You know what I mean? You beat a number 5 Georgia, man, and you roll into A&M, that undefeated A&M. You're rolling high. You know what I mean? So my dream scenario would be they beat both.
Wouldn't that
That's
be
my dream
funny?
scenario.
Wouldn't that be funny? Is that in one complete season, if Arch Manning was to lay an egg like he
Yeah.
did against Ohio State, and we saw
Yeah.
that where they didn't score until the very end of the game. They went like, 3.5 quarters without scoring. He only had 23 passing yards in the first half. And then for it to come full circle and come in, and let's say that he balls out against A&M and leads them to a victory over an undefeated team,
Yeah.
how it would come full circle. That would be amazing.
Yeah. What would be crazy too is they started one. They by what week 3 they were out of the rankings or something
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
then back in the top 20, and then back in the top 10, and then what if they ended up back in the top 3? Like if they knocked off A&M and all that, like that would be insane. Like
Well,
that
I mean,
journey would be insane.
how
You
much
know?
of how much of this though is the factor that the blue bloods of college football, the Notre Dames, the UT Longhorns
Yeah.
are back in the top 10 just based on
Oh,
prestige.
yeah. Well, yeah, it
I
is.
know they
It's a
beat
thing.
Vandy. I know they
Yeah.
beat
Yeah. Yeah.
Vandy
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if this was Arkansas
Yeah.
doing this whole thing,
Yeah.
I don't think Arkansas would be in the top 10. Same way I
Right.
don't think Notre Dame belongs in the top 10 either.
Hey, Rick,
But
I was
Right.
gonna
Right.
ask a question, man. What if Arch balls out today again, or not today, but tomorrow against Georgia? What is that gonna say to all the naysayers that have written him off like Mike, saying he's a bust?
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. We got Laura wants to give a shout out to the Brennan High School Bears. She says that they're having their first playoff game today Shout out to number
Shout
24,
out, man.
Seth. EBBBE nominee for Player of the Week. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Seth. Do your thing,
Wow.
Brennan.
Brennan, I mean, for Northside
Yeah.
schools is where it's at when it comes to high school football. They do a
Yeah.
fantastic job. They had that good combo back in the day, where they had the twin brothers who were the star quarterback and the star wide receiver. And now they're playing college ball right now. It's pretty cool. Brennan is where my daughter might be going to high school next year, so we'll figure that one out, man. We'll figure
It's a
that
good
one
school,
out.
man.
It
But
is.
look at I love this comments, man. They're coming in. Joe believing in Arch more than Wemby. Ya sabes, way. Ya sabes.
Arch madness. Arch madness.
Before we get into the deep talk about the Spurs, because the Spurs back in action tonight against the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry went off for 46 points and blew up in the third quarter. The Spurs wet the bed down the stretch. It was one of those things where I believe the Spurs have the better legs, have the better team, but they can't. There's no perimeter defense, and we have to get into that. But before we get into that, Joe, in the media share, we've been seeing Charlie Sheen everywhere. First, there was that Netflix special where it was like Denise Richards talking about him and John Cryer and all that stuff about his life, and he comes out and talks about the downfall of his career and the redemption story that he's doing.
It was good.
Charlie Sheen has reinvented himself in a way I've never seen anybody else do it. He's just being candid, going on podcast after podcast, just speaking his truth and talking about just being an open book. What do you want to know, right? Charlie Sheen is now is back to being beloved by people when they hated him for a good while. But now he's on All the Smoke podcasts talking to former Spur Vernon Maxwell about his physique while he was in the NBA. And then they bring up a former Spurs player from the 80s. And it's cool to see Charlie Sheen. That dude is a sports fan, right? You cannot fake the fandom that Charlie Sheen has for baseball, for NFL, for NBA. He goes back in time. But let's hear what Charlie Sheen had to say when he was talking to Vernon Maxwell and Matt Barnes.
Used to talk about like you with your shirt off in the locker room was depressing for anyone in there. Seriously.
No body fat, man. I ain't had no body
Not
fat.
like
They
none.
said- yeah,
None.
they
So were you cold all the time?
yeah, I stayed cold.
Right?
Yeah, I stayed cold.
You were like at zero.
Yeah, they said it was unhealthy though. They'd be at zero. So.
I mean, you got it like I think your brain needs some fat, right? A little bit, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Who was the guard? I can't remember.
Alvin Robertson.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy.
Quadruple doubles.
Oh yes, remember?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's what
and
I tell
think
people about
one
all
of
the
them
time.
on mushrooms.
Absolutely. Nah, that's right. I forgot all about that. But he's right. He's right. On them shrooms.
But can you imagine?
Yes, I don't know how you did
getting
it.
that high and then suddenly there's math involved?
No.
Jesus. What the hell, man?
Really quickly.
That is
That's
the great
pretty funny.
Charlie Sheen on All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, talking to Vernon Maxwell, former Spur, former Celtic, former Rocket, Vernon Maxwell. I find it funny him going on. One of the things that he did bring up, and I thought about this because this was a great point. It was a different clip, but they're asking him about going to NBA games now, and he goes that he doesn't like it. And one of the reasons why he says he doesn't like it, and I thought about this, he talked about going to games at the Forum in Los Angeles back in the day. And he goes, you go to the game back in the day, and he goes, it was also other arenas, and I had not thought about this. He said, you go to the arenas back in the day, it was dark like a movie theater throughout the entire stadium, the entire arena, but what was lit up was the floor. And he goes, now you go to the game, you got to wear sunglasses because there's lights all over the place.
Yeah, I'm
And
telling you.
he goes, the intimacy was lost in the NBA game. And I'm like, what a great perspective from somebody who's a sports fan. And I had never thought about that, Fernandez.
That's true. That's true. I think the Hemisphere was similar to that, right? It was
Yeah.
fairly
Hemisphere
dark,
was
I guess.
dark.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think about that either. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, things evolved where it was like you said, it's like a Broadway show or a movie or something. I think back in the day, now they encourage like fan involvement, right, and fan cams and all that. Before it was like that, like a Broadway show where everything's dark and you focus on the game. Like that's the brightness. I would imagine. Like you said, I didn't think about it until you just said it. but now it's like everything else is lit up and bright because there's fan involvement and there's all this stuff. So yeah, interesting. It's an
Yeah,
interesting take. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Charlie Sheen went on to say that when he wears sunglasses at games, it's not because he's a dick or being pretentious. It's because it's so bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
he goes, he goes,
It
they
is
put the
bright.
camera. He goes, they put the camera on me because I see
Yeah,
myself on the jumbotron. I think, man, I look like a dick because I'm wearing sunglasses, but it's
yeah.
because it's so damn bright that I
No,
need them to rest my eyes. I found that
that's
to be
what.
a very interesting
Yeah,
perspective.
I really do have like sensitivity to like light, and that's why people have told me the same thing. They're like, "Man, you look like a douche with sunglasses on." You know what I mean? And so I really do have like some sensitivity to bright lights and whatnot. But so I'd rather pop on shades, man. But yeah, no, that's funny. That's
Did you
funny.
ever think we lived in?
You know who's a
Okay.
douchebag? The guys that wear their hats backwards, dude. The
Oh, like Tony
backwards
Romo
hat
back
going
in
to
the
the
day.
game. Yeah, come on, man. That guy's a dick. You know? You know
Oh,
that. You know, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the only thing that Rick is missing, dude. Maybe we should start looking into that for you. You need some burnt orange sunglasses, bro.
Oh
That little
man,
tin on them.
you know what, man? I had some. Okay, and
Damn.
I'll leave it at that. I had some, and they got left at a certain place. So
Oh,
unfortunately, yeah,
bro.
I had
No.
some. No, I did. I had some like blender burnt orange. They were all, and I got them just for stuff like this. And yeah, so that's neither here nor
They
there.
come to the
So
streets now.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. They're being worn on the streets now. So
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
Sam,
But no,
on
yeah,
the
there are
chat,
some really cool. Yeah.
on the chat, powered by PF Chang's Alcantara, Sam Salina says, just like the old days of boxing, when the
Yeah,
only thing it was lit was the ring and it was filled with the haze from the smokers.
yeah.
And
yeah,
then Chris Gonzalez saying Corey Hart wrote sunglasses at night for Charlie. Uh, great intro to the song.
Susie wilded, bro.
hey,
Susie
Susie.
wilded, bro.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Susie's fun, dude. I would like to hang out with Susie. Next time you're
Oh,
in town, man, I gotta hang
you,
out with her. She sounds like she's
yeah.
fun, dude.
Bro, you have no idea. You have no idea how fun she is. Fun Susie is something else,
Oh
bro.
man, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fun Susie is something else.
Spurs back in action tonight, taking on the Golden State Warriors, looking for a little bit of revenge. I've never been more confident the Spurs are going to win a game than I am tonight. They have to win this game tonight because a couple of things. First of all, you can't lose back-to-back home games to the same team,
Yeah,
right? Especially if you plan on being a playoff team, and that's going to be one of the playoff teams behind you. This is a big game because it's all about adjustments.
yeah,
Can you adjust to what happened last game?
yeah.
Two
It's
thirds of
like
the
a playoff.
shots.
It's like a
It's a
playoff
playoff
series,
series.
right? You
Yeah,
play the same team. Oh, it's hard to beat the same team twice, right? Like you
right.
said, it's about adjustments. Yeah,
Dude, the adjustment needs to be someone needs to go out and protect the perimeter, defend the perimeter, because there's such a height disparity there. Let them go inside. Who gives a crap if they drive in? You've got Cornette down there. You've got Wemby down there. Chase them
yeah,
off the 3-point line.
yeah,
And I don't know how else other than that. You knew what they were doing. It was no different than the Celtics that one game where they threw up 73 pointers in one game. Throwing up more than 50 is basically the same thing. Shoot
yeah,
them off the line. Make them play for long twos as opposed to wide open threes. And
yeah.
that's a very difficult thing. And how do you scheme for that?
Yeah, that's like you see. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the Warriors aren't maybe they aren't the Warriors of the past, right? They slipped a little bit, but they still got that pedigree, man. They still got that fight. They're not going to go down easy. You got Kerr. Of course, Curry's going to get hot. Yeah, it's tough, and like you said, not giving them so many easy threes. I mean, everybody was hitting easy threes from the Warriors in the second half. I think the Spurs played a really, really good first half. Right, they played really well. They looked great. I remember telling my son, like, man, for as good as they're playing, though, they're not up by much. You know what I mean? I'm like, I as great as they were playing, you would expect that they'd be up by way more. So yeah, it's about adjustments and it's about coaching. And I know, and I saw a lot of people give Mitch Johnson so much crap about this game. And people are like, Mitch Johnson got out coached. Oh, you mean by like the four-time NBA champion head coach Steve Kerr, like
Yeah.
the Olympic gold medalist Steve Kerr, the 14-year head coach Steve Kerr, that guy out coached the first-year guy? Shocker. I mean, I'm
Right.
saying, man, I'm not. Come on, I'm not trying to give Mitch Johnson a pass, but like, come on, man. Like, I saw stuff like that. I saw things about people like, I can't believe Mitch Johnson got out coached. Like, what are you talking about? Like Steve Kerr,
He's
Mitch
got
Johnson's a first
more
year head
years in
coach.
the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't understand. Of course, I mean, I would be shocked if Mitch Johnson outcoached Steve Kerr.
Pop was out
But
coached the first 3 months as a head coach, and he was almost
oh,
out. He was almost gone because
yeah, I
he
mean,
didn't. He had a hard time adjusting to things
Yeah.
back in the mid to
yeah,
late '90s.
of course. But yeah,
I
you're right.
mean,
Adjustments.
David Otwater coming out and saying Sohan needs to play more than 6 minutes. He not only played 6 minutes last game, just 10 minutes the game before.
Yeah, it's curious.
Are
It's
are are,
curious.
are they going to unleash Jeremy Sohan today? Because I mean, I know it's 4-on-5 offensively when he's out there, but do they need to have his defensive presence out there?
The defensive presence would help. I know it would help, and I know that sparked a big topic. I think that Mike you brought up as far as Sohan and all that. I'm sure you're going to get into it a little bit, but yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth between. There's no in between. You either love Sohan or you hate him. What it seems like. So he's been playing very very limited minutes, and Mitch gave a Pop-esque answer when they asked him, the media, about, hey, and I'm paraphrasing. Sohan only played 6 minutes. Is he healthy? Is he good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's all he said. Which of course people were like, "What the hell?" So that was kind of like a Pop-esque answer.
Maybe he's in the doghouse right now. Maybe he just
It's
needs to
hard to
do a little
tell.
bit better.
Maybe,
Maybe
it could be.
Okay, so that's a very, very interesting point. Joe, I'm proud because that was actually going to be my next point. so we're on the same wavelength. What if he's in the doghouse?
Yeah.
What if he's not practicing hard? What if he's not
Yeah.
doing what he needs to do? At the end of the day, though, you can ask yourself the question, is he a top 8 player on the Spurs roster? Because I don't see that he is. We know that it's more valuable for have Wemby out there, Fox, Castle, Harper when he's healthy.
Yeah.
You look at players like Barnes is more important to this team. Cornette is more important. You can argue Keldon's more important. Vassell, he's not even a top 8 guy on the roster. If you want to call him
Just
9,
a
then
dude.
great. He's just a dude. And I think that Spurs fans, because I did the whole Lonnie Walker bit, because man, I held out hope till the very last minute. I'm actually, with that post, not being a dick towards Sohan. I'm being like making fun of myself because I held on to hope on Lonnie Walker. Because man, those spectacular missed dunks, one of them was supposed to go in, right?
Yeah.
Just do something. We saw flashes. We saw flashes every once in a while with Sohan. But at the end of the day, just a dude, man. He's just a dude.
Yeah.
But there's so
They already
many
got his
Spurs
replacement.
fans.
They already got his replacement, Mike.
Yeah, there's so many Spurs. Exactly. There's so many Spurs fans out there who fell in love with him and don't want to come to grips with the fact that he might not be that good of a player overall. He might have his moments defensively. But look at Carter Bryant. We've seen Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant can't catch a pass to save his life. Cannot catch a pass. Like every time you throw the ball to him in transition,
he got rock hands.
cinder block hands.
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Yeah, I would say though, just from a defensive standpoint, which, and again, I'm trying to look at things from both sides of the coin. I know people love Sohan. I mean, I like Sohan. But I'm not like it's look, man. Like I agree with Mike. Two things could be right. I like Sohan. I like his energy. I like that he's an enforcer and he ain't gonna let somebody punk Wemby and that's the
good
stuff that I like about Sohan.
He ain't gonna
right?
back
That's
down.
the
He
things
ain't
I
no
like
punk.
about him.
He
Yeah,
ain't no punk.
exactly. And Wemby needs that, right? But yeah, offensively, yeah, he ain't it. Now I'm just maybe bringing him more for defensive purposes would. At least, I mean, I don't know. Maybe again, this is the things that I heard about Coach Mitch Johnson being out coached, quote unquote, was he wasn't bringing in Sohan for his defensive purposes and all that. But if you're bringing Sohan in and you're giving up way too much on offense, that's not, you know what I mean? That's not smart, right? I mean, so
The
I don't know,
people
man.
the people compare him to Draymond or Dennis Rodman. It's like he's not Dennis Rodman, first and foremost. Secondly, that type of basketball doesn't exist anymore because it's all about scoring, dude. It's all about analytics, and analytically, he's just not it, man.
Hey, we have some good comments here coming in, and from this San Antovato, he says, "Play Jones Garcia. His offensive game is sick." And look at Laura De Leon Valles. She's saying, yes, Jones Garcia. We haven't really seen a lot of him, man. You know, I would like to see him a little bit more,
I
especially
mean,
if the
people.
Spurs are struggling like they were against the Warriors. Give him some run, man. What do you got to lose?
I
Well,
don't disagree, but I mean, people are complaining that Mitch is going too deep already into the bench, and he's not even
Yeah,
playing those guys. So
yeah.
I don't. I mean, but yeah, I mean, you get Lindy out there for a couple of minutes to get some shots off. Again, this is early in the season. I
Oh
think
yeah.
obviously Mitch is going to do his thing with different rotations. I love Joan Garcia, but I mean, I think he's a Austin guy. That's kind of he's a fun guy. He could get hot, but I doubt we'll see much play out of him, unfortunately. But
it'll take
um
injuries to make that happen.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, lots of
Oh,
new
Yeah,
names. Lots of new names on the chat powered by PF
I
Chang's
thought I
Pocket
said
thread.
Velez. I thought I said Velez.
Spurs
Sorry.
27-28 champion coming on
good
in
to see you.
saying
Good to see you guys.
Sohan is a good player. He just doesn't have a role on this team. It could be better somewhere else. Very true. We
You know,
saw the
one of the things
I
that
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, one important factor here with the Spurs, especially in tonight's game, if you go back and look at one of the statistics that really stood out that people need to look at, and that's going to be how many times did Golden State get to the stripe versus the Spurs. Now, I know a lot of Spurs fans were griping and complaining and being like, the refs, it was the refs. They wanted Golden State to win. No, you got to look at it from a different perspective. Take off your goggles, your Spurs goggles. The Spurs were just playing horrendous defense to let them come back in after you're up 16 points. They kept fouling them, letting them get to the stripe, fouling them, fouling them, fouling them. At some point, you got to play a cleaner game. You got to play better defense out there. They were all and the floor spacing was awful. They were all crowded inside the paint, and Golden State was like, "All right, we're just gonna shoot threes on you guys," and that's what they were
hmm
doing. The
Mhm.
rotations were slow. They had missed assignments. I bet you Mitch Johnson made him go back and watch the tape, and he was pissed. He was like, "Y'all got sloppy." And that sloppy play showed its ugly head in the third and fourth quarters, especially in that third quarter. Golden State dropped 43 points on them in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the third quarter,
Yeah.
yeah, that was it. That was the game. You know, the Spurs need to do a better job. They can't get lazy and sloppy just because this is an old ass Golden State team. This old ass Golden State team beat your ass. They came back from 16.
It almost seems like the Spurs got a little bit arrogant there because they
Yeah.
held them down. They held Golden State down to 14 points in the first quarter. They doubled them up in points. It was 28-14 after one. And it felt as though they kind of started going through the motions like, we got these guys. These guys
Yeah.
are old guys. No different than going to the YMCA, playing up to 11. You're up 6-2 on an old man team. But the old man team, they got the moves. They know they have the drop step. They know what to do to keep things going. They don't get rattled. A younger team would have fallen behind to the Spurs 28-14 and would have been dazzled by the athleticism, by a 7'5" they would have been dazzled by all that. But a team that has the veteran leadership of a Steph Curry, of a Draymond Green, of a Jimmy Butler looked at that and went,
Yeah.
how do we adjust? And
Yeah.
then with the coaching of Steve Kerr to adjust on the fly was
Mhm.
big. And they adjusted during halftime. And that's the one thing about the Spurs this year. The Spurs every year have a quarter in which they suck ass. It's past years has been the first quarter where they fall behind and they try to catch up. In some years, it was the Spurs would do well the first three quarters and then drop pants in the fourth. For some reason, third quarter for the Spurs, I don't know what's going on during halftime, but third quarter sucks for this team, and I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big head scratcher there. But Mitch also needs to sit Wemby down and tell him, stop chasing after Curry. Why the hell are you running after Curry when he's going beyond the 3-point line? He's doing that on purpose, and Wemby is dumb for doing that because that gets him out of the paint. He plays better when he's inside the paint, especially from a defensive perspective. They're
Yeah.
taking you out of the paint so they can easily score. And sure enough, they just pass the ball, one little simple pass, get it to the man that's right in the paint, easy money, going to the stripe. Wemby needs to stop doing that, man. Like, just play your position, play that little zone inside the paint, and just be there. Go down low and block shots. That's what you're there for. You're the biggest dude on the court.
Yep.
Stop chasing after Curry, man.
It's a late tip-off, 8:30 today on Amazon Prime. Spurs only favored by 2.5 points. They were favored by 4.5 a couple nights ago. It's dropped down to 2.5. So if you believe in the team, I mean, 2.5 points is pretty easy to cover if you're going to win that game.
Yeah.
One thing I did see about Castle, because people are talking about on our chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, saying, hey, why isn't the offense running through Fox, running through Castle? I don't think Castle's doing a bad job. I really don't. But there was one play that I thought was kind of interesting in the last game was Castle got in front of Curry in the front court and did this maneuver, this play that we see Luka Doncic and LeBron James do all the time, where they get the defender behind them and then they have the defender get on the hip, and it's every time it's a foul. Every time it's either a foul or a wide open jumper because the defender is so far out of position. And when I saw Castle do that to Curry of all people, I thought to myself, man, that guy's going to be good.
That
Because
boy good.
Not a lot of
That boy
players.
good. That boy
Not
good.
a lot of players can do that move, because what they do is they allow the defender at that point to straddle them,
Mhm.
pause, in order for them to draw contact and create the contact. And it's almost like an instant foul, automatic foul, just because of how it looks, because the defensive player's out of position. Any contact from that far out of position is going to be an automatic foul. And that's how Doncic gets to the line so often. That's how Giannis gets to the line so often. That's how LeBron gets to the line so often. And we saw Castle perfect that play against a 15-year vet in Steph Curry. It was pretty fun to watch. So, man, watching Castle blossom has been fun.
Hey, I know
Yeah.
Rick is up against it. He's coming real close to his time to leaving us here. And we're kind of reminiscing a
I'm
little
good,
bit,
bro.
man.
I'm good. I'm good, bro. It's 8:40 here, bro. My flight is
Okay.
at 10
Okay.
here. 10 here. So we're good. Yeah.
Well, me and Rick were kind of reminiscing a little bit. So we want to get to our music segment, but I don't want to pull away from
No, we're good. We got
the
time.
Spurs talk.
No. We got
Yeah.
time. Yeah. No. I'm good, bro. Like I said, it's 8:46 my time. My flight is at 10 o'clock my time, not y'all's
Okay.
time.
Just making
But
sure, bro.
yeah, no. Yeah, I saw that Fox was like getting a lot better at baiting those foul calls and all that. So yeah, and this is early in his career, so he's gonna like you said, he's doing all these little nuanced things, Mike, like you said, that you're like, wow, he's already doing that in year two, you know.
Mhm.
So and he's a big dude, man. He's a big guard, you know. And like you said, yeah, I don't think he's doing a bad job either. There's some turnovers that in the beginning that he needed to clean up, and he has. At the end of the day, but I also agree that Fox should be. I think Fox has had a bad game, bro. I mean, I'm real talk, like, and they weren't running the ball through him, so I think it was just a mix of Fox not having a great game, maybe Mitch not putting the ball in his hands and running the offense through Castle more than he needed to. I think all that stuff gets kind of cleaned up for the cup game tonight.
Can I show you Stephon Castle's stats? And if I had told you that this was a
Sure.
stat line, what would you have thought? So far through 11 games this year, Stephon Castle averages 19 points per game. Technically 18.9.
Okay,
All
not
right.
bad.
All right. Averages 8 assists, 7.9 assists. And averages 6.1 rebounds. 19, 8, and 6 from a second-year player. Can't shoot a three-pointer to save his life, right? But do you know what? I'm looking at this player because we're looking for player comps. And I'm not saying this out of disrespect, but the dude's DeMar DeRozan. He is DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan, remember, for the Spurs, was a 22, 5-5 kind of guy.
Yeah.
I think you could get a 27-7 kind of guy from Stephon Castle.
Yeah.
Mid-range assassin.
Mid-range king.
assists-
Mid-range king.
The assists from Castle are becoming pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Now,
Yeah.
Mikey Mendez saying Castle lead the league in turnovers, though. Not anymore. He's had a few good games where he hasn't had any turnovers. He's no longer the lead leader.
Hey,
Yeah.
little Susie
Yeah.
wants us to go ahead and give her our feedback on Cornet, the big elote.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you know
the
what?
big elote.
I've been a fan of the big elote, man. I think he's doing really good right now, Cornet. And the limited minutes that they play him and Wemby on the court, they've been a formidable duo, man. They have that give and go. They do a little pick and roll action from time to time. They're just a force to be reckoned with when they're inside the paint. And it showed in the stat line against the loss against the Warriors. Spurs had like 50 points in the paint compared to Golden State, who only had 22 points in the paint. But Mitch kind of got away from that. And that's when the lead started to evaporate a little bit and the Spurs started getting into foul trouble. Like, the Golden State has no answer for Luke Cornet and Wemby. If the Spurs just give the ball to the big guys and let them work, they're going to make short work of Golden State, because Golden State is going to wind up fouling the Spurs. So you talk about the discrepancy at the stripe. If you have these two big guys that are dominating inside the paint, they're going to have to foul them.
Right.
So that discrepancy will get almost nullified. But you got to be smarter with that. That comes down to coaching.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man, Castle loves finding Cornette, man, on a lob.
Hmm.
I'll
Dude.
tell you what, bro, that connection. I saw somebody call it White Castle, which was pretty funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's bro. I don't know, man. Castle loves him finding some Cornette, bro, and he gets him some easy
Right.
little lobs and bam, bro.
Yeah.
So I like it.
People are complaining on the chat that I called him DeMar DeRozan. I'm talking about offensively. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
defensively.
numbers wise,
Defensively,
and I knew what you meant. I saw it too. Yeah, numbers, offensive numbers. But yeah,
by the
obviously he's a
way,
better defender.
and I'm going to correct myself because we had Mikey Mendez come out and say that Castle leads the league in turnovers. Castle still does. I'm looking at the leaders right now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He leads the league in turnovers. It was around 6 per game, which was ridiculous. It was like 5.7 at one point. It has fallen down to 4.1. But there are 4 players right around him at 3.9 to 4.1. So basically, you can say that he's in the same group as these guys. James Harden, John Morant, Devin Booker, and Cade Cunningham. So I mean, he's getting the assists per game out there. It's interesting to see what's going on with the Spurs and the evolution of some of these players, because I never thought I'd see Castle be an 8 assist kind of guy. I never thought, and that's what he's averaging right now. And you take away the first 5 games of the season, he's averaging like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
evolution's interesting. What's going on with Castle?
Are you
but
forgiving him for his turnovers?
if he can keep him to 4 under, I'm fine. But look at the league leaders right now in assists per game. It's so odd that the league leader in assists right now, Fernandez, is who?
Tell me.
Jokic.
Oh wow, choker.
Jokic
Yeah.
at 10.9.
Yeah.
But
He's one of the league's best passers, man. So it's not surprising.
Yeah.
If you watch his game, you know.
but
He's a good
Castle
passing big man. Yeah.
Castle is number 9 in assists per game, just behind Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey, James Harden, Drew Holiday, Austin Reeves, Tyrese Maxey, and John Morant. I mean,
We talked about this at the last time we talked, and again, I'm not comparing him to Manu, but it's a Manu type thing where he's doing all these things where there's going to be some turnover. There's going to be some times you're scratching your head, right? That's Pop always talked about that. About he's like, no, 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 no. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember watching Manu at home, and there were so many times where we'd be like, "What are you doing?" And then we're like, "Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah." So,
Mhm.
and I'm not comparing Castle to Manu. I'm just saying, if you're going to have that many assists and you're going to play a certain way, you're bound to have turnovers. Like that's another thing. Like people are so like zero deficit minded,
Right.
there's no such thing as that. You can't ask a guy to go out there and play balls to the walls, have 13 assists, do all this, and don't expect that a couple of those that would be assists turn into turnovers.
Right.
Like a zero defect mentality is not it. And I see a lot of people bashing him about his turnovers. Okay, again, he's a second year guy. He's gonna clean all that up. I'd rather him get a few turnovers now and be honing his game with the foul baiting, the hezzies, like all the good outweighs the bad. At the end of the day, the good outweighs the bad. So okay, yes, he has a lot of turnovers that we don't like, but if that's what we're nitpicking on and focusing on when he's doing all these other things, those turnovers are going to get cleaned up. Those
Castle-
turnovers are going to get cleaned up. So
Castle's
Mike was
also-
focusing on those turnovers, though. I remember a while back.
Well,
But Redbird's
I
Junkie, Redbird's Junkie on our chat saying Castle's turnovers after Fox's return to the lineup 2, 1, and 2.
yeah,
That
So
was
having
before?
Fox there, that's
Yeah.
the after. So now we have that there. Castle is also number 9 in the NBA right now in steals per game at 1.8. League
Yeah.
leader right now in rebounds is Nikola Jokic at 13.1. Wemby's right behind him at 13 even. And then blocks per game, Wemby by far at 3.6 blocks per game. Second place is at 2.4. So Wemby is going to win that.
Hanover Fist says, I love when Fernandez comes on because he just shits all over MJ. I'm not shitting all over MJ. You know what I will say about Mike, and this is what I think the biggest criticism I have of Mike. You say these things like I think it was we talk about how players they're gonna develop, like they're gonna grow. I think you've said things like, and I'm not bashing you. This is just talk. You said things like so and so. That's what they are, and that's it. I mean, sometimes they are, right? Sometimes a player is what he is, and he is what he is, and it is what he is. But a lot of players, especially rookies, second year guys, it's really hard to sit here and say that's all they are. They're never going to develop a shot. They're never going to do that, and that's just not true. I mean, players can develop, like even in the NBA. Like a guy like Castle, years from now, could end up being a good 3-point shooter. He
No,
could.
he
I'm
can't.
not.
He can't.
I'm not.
He can't.
No. See, no.
No, see
I'm not,
that.
no, no,
That's
no,
right.
no. I'm
That's
not
where I
saying he's not.
disagree. That's where I
I'm not
disagree.
saying.
Shoot or
I'm not
shoot.
saying he. I'm not saying he can't. He can or can't. Kawhi Leonard came in with no shot, and
Don't
he's a
hit me with a
decent
Kawhi
shooter.
Leonard.
No,
Kawhi
no,
Leonard
no,
was
no,
a
no.
good shooter in college, dude. Look it up.
Oh,
That is the
okay.
lore. That is the
Well,
lore of
no.
Greg. No. That is the
No,
lore
okay,
of
but
Greg
I'm just
Popovich. That is
giving
the
you an
lore of
example
Chip
though.
Englund.
I'm not okay. This is what I'm saying. You're saying it's a definite fact that he can never be a good shooter. I'm not saying he will be or he won't be. I'm saying he could be. There's a possibility that he develops and becomes a better shooter over time. He could. For you to say that it's 100% that he won't, I just don't agree with that.
Don't
You
listen to
speak
Mike.
in
The
absolutes like
Don't
lore
that.
of
listen to him.
the lore of Kawhi Leonard was he was a defensive guy, but when it came to basketball offensively, the lore that the Spurs fans have all cultivated was they
What
gave him
was
the
his stats in the
basketball.
beginning?
They gave him the basketball, and he was like, "What is this round thing? It
No,
bounces."
no,
The
Oh,
guy
no. Of
averaged
course not.
16 points per game
Of
in
course not.
college, dude.
See,
He averaged 16 points per game in college.
none of
He
these
was
players are
an
like that.
offensive player in college.
Mike, none of these players are like that. Even a guy like Carter Bryant, bro, they've been playing AAU ball since they were 2 years old, bro, just like
Oh,
my son.
understood. But
So
what I'm
none of them are like that. They all know how to shoot. They all know how to do things. It's just the levels are different. The levels are different, and the
there are.
competition is different.
I will give you that.
That's
I will
that's
give you
what it
that.
is.
The levels are different.
These
But
guys
here's the
didn't make
thing.
the NBA.
Here's the thing.
Riley Minix isn't a horrible basketball player. If you're in the NBA, you're a bad motherfucker when it
Oh,
comes to
I know.
playing ball.
I mean,
Period.
the Red
Yeah.
Mamba said the exact same thing. He goes,
Yeah.
you take the worst NBA player, you take him to the
Yeah.
gym, and they will dominate that
Oh
place.
they would be crazy. Like
So,
that.
You
but
know why I don't
the
listen
point
to Mike? I don't listen to you because you guaranteed victory the other night. Spurs are gonna beat the Warriors. You
I
guaranteed
guarantee-
that. And what
Guaranteed?
happened?
Oh,
No.
what happened, dude? Are we ever talking about your Cowboys takes this year? You're like 0-8 this year, dude. Come on.
No,
But-
I made
but-
money on the Cowboys. I called it when they were going to lose, and they made me some money.
But-
I said, if you wanted to go ahead and predict maybe an upset that could be in the making, I said the Jets game. The Jets were scaring some people in the beginning, but they showed who they were. They weren't as good as the Bills. The Bills are as good as the Patriots.
There to defend myself, if I may.
Sure.
Okay?
Go ahead.
To defend myself, do I have the floor? Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes, you have. You have the
Okay.
floor. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. To defend myself on this is, yes, certain players can develop skills along the way. They can refine their skills. They can improve incrementally from what they are, right? So you can go from a C+ shooter to a B- to a B shooter. You can go from a B- ball handler to a B+ ball handler over time.
Mhm.
The odds of you going from a D to an A doesn't happen, is what I'm saying. So, like when the Spurs try to trot out there Jeremy Sohan to be point guard, it was a failed experiment from the get-go because point guards know how to play point guard from when? Elementary, middle school, AAU, high school, college. They know how to handle the rock. That's what they do, right? That's like trying to teach a home run hitter to become a pitcher. Unless your name is Ohtani, it doesn't work. So what I'm saying is that the Spurs fan fascination of Kawhi Leonard was that he had no skill set offensively, because that's what we taught ourselves. That's what we all said, but it's not actual in reality. He was a decent offensive player in college who turned out to be an all-world player later on. That's an anomaly. That's a 1 in 150,000 that it's going to happen that way. He went from
actual and factual.
He went from a C+ to an A-, right?
Yeah.
What's that one movie? She's Out of My League.
That guy, the range that you can't get out of you can't go above your range and all that.
Oh God,
I
bro.
can't even get an 8 or something like that.
Yeah, he goes. You can't go 2 spots above you, right?
Yeah, it's a chasm. It's a chasm. It's a
chasm.
He looks at the guy.
He calls it the
He says
chasm,
it wrong. He calls it wrong. Yeah, he says it's a chasm, and he looks chasm. Yeah, chasm. Yeah.
He goes.
There's a ratio of
if you want to get a girl who's a 10,
you got to be an 8.
right?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Because guys only have the capability of going 2 steps above,
Two
one
levels above.
two
Two
levels
levels
above.
above.
man.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's all I'm saying
yeah,
about players is that if they're a
yeah,
6 shooting, the highest
yeah,
they'll ever get is 8. They'll never be a 10. If they're a 4,
yeah,
they're never going to be a 6. That's all I'm saying. The
So,
yeah.
chasm. It's
Yeah,
about the
it's a chasm. It's a
chasm.
chasm. It's a chasm.
so,
Speaking of
so what was
speaking of
your range,
chasms,
Mike? How did you get
yeah.
Chica?
Oh my God. I have no
Yeah.
idea, dude.
Yeah.
Just blind a little bit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
No,
Speaking of
no. To go back to it all, remember that whole part of the movie where he's like, but you drive a shit box. He goes,
oh yeah.
rock
He's an
star
artist
exception,
experiment. Yeah,
artist
Rockstar
exception.
experiment. Yeah. He
Yeah,
has all these
so
rules for everything. He has all these rules for everything. Yeah. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
an income exception. It gets
Yeah,
me up. It gets
yeah.
me up. It gets me
I'll tell
4
you what,
spots.
an income exception does give you a boost. I'll tell you that. Speaking of chasms, my favorite ex is in the house, Christina, and she's
Yeah.
causing a bunch of fun in the chat, calling me Ricky, but that's Christina. So good to see you in the chat.
She can
That's
call
my
you that.
favorite
She can
ex-wife.
call you
She can
that.
call you that. Yeah, she calls me
Call you
Ricky.
that.
Yeah, she's the only one that calls you that, right? So that's
Don't
my
call
favorite
Rick
ex.
because you get slapped in the
Yeah,
face,
yeah.
bro,
No,
real
yeah.
quick.
Greg is calling me Ricky, but yeah, she's
Watch
the
your
only one that
mouth.
can call me Ricky.
Watch your
Man,
mouth.
Yeah,
man.
my favorite ex, my ex-wife Christina, is the only one that can call me
Oh,
Ricky.
nice. I think of Ricky. I think of that guy from Boys in the Hood. Man, is it Ricky who gets
Oh
gunned down at the end? See, a movie
That's
I
a
did watch when it came out. Okay, that's one
you
of
did
the.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some super chats we got to address.
Here comes the money.
So here we go. Midtown Texas sending us a $4.99 incoming super chat. He says, Joe, you have been served by the law offices of Mira. Please sign the Wemby apology form. Did
Mita
Wemby
and
drop
Mita,
50?
Mita Associates.
Did Wemby drop 50? Has it been 20 games yet?
Yeah, he dropped 50
No.
last year.
But did he do it this year?
We were literally there together watching that game.
Yeah, but did he do it this year? I said if he dropped 50 before the 20, I'd sign
Oh,
the
so he was
apology form.
generational last one. So he was generational last year. but
No,
not
he
this
when
year?
you throw around generational and he's the GOAT, like it's nothing, dude. You're throwing it around like dollar bills, bro. No,
Wemby is generational.
I'm gonna
Though.
wait and
Wemby is
see. I'm
generational.
gonna wait and see. 20 games.
Wemby is
What's
generational.
wrong
Though
with 20 games?
I agree that the word generational gets thrown around by about other players. Wemby is generational though. That's point blank and period.
Well,
That's
we're
point
gonna
blank
see.
and
We're
period.
gonna see showing up when they get to the playoffs.
There's
I want to
another
see
super
him.
chat. There's another super chat about Mario.
Here comes the money.
There he goes, Mira. Mike el flip flopper. You get the chancla, Mike. You get the chancla.
Chocolate.
Chancla. Because you were
Yeah.
guaranteeing a victory the other day and they lost.
You guys suck.
Yeah.
Y'all suck.
I do want to go back to that real quick. Like you said, Mike, I'm glad you did say, and it was a good. I like the tie-in to the movie about the going up levels, how many levels you can go up. She's out of my league, but
Yeah.
so I do agree there. I'm not saying that Sohan or anyone can be a D shooter, C shooter, and all the way a plus, whatever. But they can improve. Like you before, I was under the impression, or the way you were saying things made it sound like no one they can never improve. Like Jeremy Sohan, if you don't like his one-handed free throw shot, like it did improve his free throw shooting. Like I don't know the numbers. I'm not a number stat guy. I'll leave that to Mike and Joe. They're
Yeah.
I just go with whatever's right here. So I don't know the numbers off the top of my head and all that. I would venture to say it did improve his free throw shooting. So I'm sure Mike said something before, like he's never going to improve his free throw shooting, even with that ugly one-handed free throw shot or whatever. I just don't like to ever just say. I say, look, it might or might not. I'll leave it at that. That's it may or may not. But to
You
flat out
missed
say like it would
yesterday's show.
never.
But-
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
We had a good reference
the-
just for you, Rick. We
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that Sohan's shot is forever broken. It looks like Elaine dancing out there.
Yes.
Oh, I love Seinfeld. I love the Seinfeld reference. I love the Seinfeld
The
reference.
problem with it though is that every time we talk about going up a level, or
Yeah.
going beyond the levels, like Kawhi. Kawhi averaged. I was wrong about 16 points per game in college. He averaged 14, right? And he
Okay,
did go
yeah.
from a 29% shooter in college for three his sophomore year to
Yeah.
37 his year one. So he did make a leap, right? The problem is
Mhm.
that when I ask a Spurs fan, name another one.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Like
well, yeah,
Kawhi
yeah.
is the
Well,
unicorn.
because that's the one that comes to your mind, obviously. But there's got I can't. I'll be honest. I can't think on top of my head right now. But there's got to be other players who came in who weren't great shooters who obviously improved over the time. I don't know. Maybe Bruce Bowen. I don't know what his original numbers were, and then he started finding his niche. I think that's what it's about: finding your niche, like finding what is your niche. Not like you
Yeah,
said.
and I wouldn't even call Bruce Bowen because Bruce Bowen literally had one shot.
Yeah.
It was corner three. So,
Corner three,
did he get better at that? Obviously he did, but could he? But he looked like Elaine dancing, trying to go into the lane.
But that's what we ask of you, though. All we need you to do is get in that corner, hit that three. If that's what's all I asked of you, and that's all you do, and that's what you contribute, I tell you what, you got a couple of rings, and you contributed, not just sitting right in the bind. Like, so that's another thing, man. So everyone niche is different, bro. Not everyone's gonna be a star. I think Sohan came in. This is what's interesting about Sohan, because he was before Wemby, right? He was the year before Wemby. And again, everybody loved the hair. He was different, tattoos, he's got an accent. I think he looked like he was going to be a star. Like, I think he has like
charisma.
Yeah. He has the just qualities of a star.
Star
I'm not
quality
talking about the
without the star
basketball.
talent.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. I'm not talking about on the court. Yeah, no. So I think what happened with him is, again, this is pre-Wemby. The Spurs were looking rough, and I think people just saw this kid as like, wow, he's gonna be, a star. We're this and this and that. And then he kind of, obviously didn't turn out to be what everyone thought he was, I guess, in a way. So just find your rhythm, though, man. Just find your niche and what you are to this team. I wouldn't be surprised if he's being chopped during trade deadline. I really wouldn't, man. I don't know. I don't know what another team might look at him and value him and say, hey, we can use his defense. I think he could do well for another team. I don't want him gone. I don't want him gone. I'm neither here nor there. If I'll tell you what, if there's a good package back, you gotta entertain it. You gotta entertain it. Okay, so you can't just love you. We all love all our guys, man. But you know what I'm saying? Let's be real here.
I will say this: play him or trade him.
Yeah,
you can't.
Don't just let him sit.
You can't do the 6 or 9, 10 minute things, because at that point he is a restricted free agent at the end of this year, which means that he could walk for nothing.
Yeah,
like don't taint his trade value or tank his trade value, because the Spurs were able to flip Thad Young for a first rounder. They were able to flip Zach Collins. They were able to flip a lot of players over the years for draft capital or swaps, whatever the case may be.
Right. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to make, man. Mark Cavazos calls me the overreactor. Am I really? Am
overreactor? Hey, I was gonna share something. I just got something straight here off the presses, man. One of a friend of the show, one of my boys here. I was talking with him the other day. Shout out to you, Ben Bornstein. So he's like, you know what, man? He goes, I got these jerseys here, these Spurs jerseys. And he goes, I'm going to send them to you. They're in good shape. They're clean, so maybe you can auction them off or something for charity as we start getting near the holiday season or something, maybe auction them off, give them, away to somebody. And that way we can help out the kids or something, maybe help Casa or something out that does good stuff here in the community. One of the jerseys he sent me, guess who it is? Guess who it is?
So
you can see.
No? Who's it? Oh.
No.
He sent me Leonard's, and then the other one he sent me was, this is a clean one, dude.
Good luck getting that Leonard one out. I mean,
dude, for real, bro. But he sent me this one.
That's a good one. That's
Sidney Green. Sidney Green. 21.
21.
That's how you know I'm a Spurs fan, Fernandez.
I remember the before 21. I know. Yeah, Sidney Green. Yeah, I remember that.
So he sent me those two, and I'm like, bro, you hit me with the Leonard, bro. That was gonna be hard to get rid of.
Mike, it shows you're his first time, but it also shows that you're old as fuck, man.
Yeah, for real, man.
A lot of our younger folks in the chat are probably like, I don't know what you're talking about, and they're Spurs fans, but it just shows your age, bro. But I love it.
You know what? I'm gonna do something nice with these jerseys. I'm probably gonna get them framed or something, make them look real nice. Maybe put them together, and maybe do something nice, like with the laser engraver. I can probably put like a stat line or something, make it look real nice, and that way we can auction it off. It's not gonna just be the jerseys by itself,
Jonathan C says, if it ain't primo, I don't want it.
No, bro.
Hey, no, thank you for the giveaway for all that, so that we can raise money,
awesome.
Whatever we need. That's amazing.
Yeah, we need to get into our music segment here. I've been waiting for this. Dude,
before we do that, let's get some love to PF Chang's La Cantera for sponsoring today's show.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Again, happy hours from 3 to 6. Don't forget the outdoor patio that they have over there at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. You can go do your shopping, put your bags down, enjoy the weather, because over the next couple of weeks, we're talking about high temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s. Nice patio weather out there. Go enjoy some Chinese food. Enjoy the 8 signature cocktails they have there for $8.99. I recommend the lemon drop martini, the lychee martini. And then for those of you who are pre-gaming, because a lot of people go pre-gaming. Remember back in the day, you got to go clubbing the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Go get the Long Island iced tea. That's all I'm saying. But Joe, the floor is yours. You want to talk about music?
Yeah, let's talk about music. So me and Rick were kind of reminiscing, man. And you were talking about music yesterday too, during one of our segments the other day. And it got me thinking, like, man, what are some songs that take you back in the day? You know, like Ricky had a Cavalier, Chevy Cavalier convertible.
Yeah.
You know, probably had a nice stereo system in there.
Rims. Yep.
Turning on the bangers, you know, putting in that cassette, you know, like just basing out. And I remember this song from back in the day.
Hey, Slim, come here. Hey, check this out. Hey,
If you know, you know, Mike.
I know this song.
And B-Girl.
I knew it. Another B-Girl. Yo, Dr. Ace, I think it's about time we just go ahead on and tell Slim about herself. Believe that. Now let's bring up the subject which we brought to mind. Let's discuss the B-Girl, because they have one of a kind. Wherever you go, put them in your black Benz or your blue Bronco.
Yeah, y'all remember this jam from back in the
All
day.
right, let's all do the chorus together. B
You got to do the chorus.
stands for Broncos, Benz, BMW, They see us coming up down the Ave. You'll act like we are stars. You see us coming up down the Ave. You'll act like we are
Like we are stars.
Trying to make a joke. Just trying to make it known. The people of the world that they call B-girls like Fonz and the Cadillac Bro. Never heard the song. Never heard it.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Talking
That's
about
classic.
talking about rolling up in the BMW when it was BMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like
Man.
music that makes you, you know, go back to the 90s, you know, late 80s, you know, that kind of stuff. Like I was telling even Rick, like back in the day too, you know, Journey into Bass, DJ Las.
Yeah.
That was the
DJ
move
Las,
too, bro.
yeah,
You wanted to show
Red
off your
Alert,
new
Red
system, you
Alert,
had to have that
Red
bass.
Alert, all that.
Well,
yeah.
what I like about these songs-
Susie remembers Red Alert and all those songs.
Yeah.
What I like about those songs is that, well, first of all, let me tell you what Chica says, because I was trying to explain to Chica that San Antonio music, as far as those our age growing up, we were pretty eclectic, because back where she's from Austin, they were all about hip hop and rap, right? So when I play a songs from the 90s that are, I don't know, anything from grunge to new wave to new metal, all that stuff, she has no idea what it is. She goes, that came out at the same time? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, we were too busy bumping just, you know, Biggie and Pac and Dre. That's all that they did. Snoop. That's all that she listened to. But I was telling her, I was like, San Antonio had people who liked Tejano. They like people who like country. There was, dude, San Antonio with the Cure and Morrissey, I'll never understand. It's great, but still, there's also those who liked new wave, you know, whether it be Pet Shop Boys or the Smiths or whatever the case may be. I found, and am I wrong, or was Exit 7 all about one type of music?
No. I think it was a mixture. I mean, I feel like, we did kind of lean towards like more of the hip hop and rap, but I didn't mind having
Old
like a
school
mixture.
oldies, bro.
Old school, yeah, oldies, yeah,
But
yeah.
if
exactly.
STP came out or Soundgarden or Smashing Pumpkins, you wouldn't change it. Is what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
blast that. Yeah, but I wouldn't change it. I'll listen to it, but that's not something I think I would like me personally like blast in my car
You're
that I
not
was like
bumping
cruising
that,
on or
dude.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like you said, we talked about, you know, the DJ Lazes and all that. Like I said, I know Susie knows about that.
What about Candyman back in the day?
Yeah,
That was fun.
Yeah.
You
Well, see,
go
that's
to
what I'm saying. There was music also that was like the middle school, high school dance music, you know,
Oh,
where you know where
Young
where you're
MC.
getting a little closer. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know,
Okay,
it's like the baby making music type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
see, now I was making babies in high
I
school
was
and all
gonna
that.
say
So
that.
that's for me.
I
Maybe that's
reeled
just
it
me.
in. I
Maybe
reeled it
that's
in.
just me. Yeah,
Damn,
maybe that's
bro.
just me. Maybe that's just me with the baby making music in high school. But yeah, man, it
Yeah.
was, you know, everyone else was doing the little like grab her waist and like dance, like you know, do the little like yeah, to the boys to men and all that kind of stuff, you know. But nah, I was getting it in
You
already.
all
So
remember this one from
that's
back in the day too, man.
Sick and tired of 5 running up on the block, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Snow, they came around looking for you the other day. Word, bust it. Informer.
oh wow, bro. None of us knew what he said.
Yeah.
None of
Okay,
us knew what
No,
he was
bro.
saying. None
first
of us knew
first
what he
of
was
all,
saying.
the lyrics of the song was interesting because this song
Yeah.
came out. I know the lore behind the song.
Yeah.
The lore came out when he was in jail. The song came out when he was in jail,
Hmm.
and they got him released after the song kind of blew up, right?
Mm.
But the whole song is about snitches get stitches.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
yeah. Yeah.
song is about
Informant. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go kill the snitch. That's what the whole song's about. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
go licky boom boom down means
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
it's not, means it means whop 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 whop. There you go.
I know you
Good
used to
stuff.
listen to, was it that Color Me Bad, Mike, you know,
Oh,
Oh
Mike
and all
yeah.
that
loves in
kind of
some
stuff.
coloring bad, bro. You know, Mike
Everyone
loves
could
in some coloring bad.
Color Me Bad is kind of like Nickelback. Everyone says that
Yeah.
they hate them, but they sold millions of records, so somebody owns them.
Yeah.
Okay. I personally believe everybody loves Nickelback. Whether they want to admit it or not, they like them a little bit or they like them a lot of bit. No one hates them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But everyone who does is really lying, right? Color Me Bad was the same way. They had 7 top 10 hits, dude. And I know, dude, come on, man. I Want to Sex You Up is a classic, dude. That's a classic, man, you know. But that guy
Yeah.
blew up. And when I
Yeah.
said blew up, that guy's like
Yeah.
500 pounds trying to sing
Hey,
I Adore
yeah.
Mia More at the Frost Bank Center.
Hey,
Damn.
Laura Velez knows what I'm talking about. That chopped and screwed R&B baby making music.
Baby
A
music.
Rex in
Exactly.
Effect. Mario
Exactly.
Cavazos about Rex in Effect.
Exactly. I
Shake,
love it.
shake, baby, shake, baby.
You know what I hated
Yeah.
about the Rex in Effect video? That girl in the bikini
The rump shaker.
the girl in the bikini in the oceans with the saxophone. You can tell
There,
she doesn't play the saxophone because she's holding it wrong. And every time I see that video, I'm going, she's holding it wrong. Your hands don't
I
go
gotta
there.
play that one, dude. I gotta play that one. That one's
Ba-na-na-na-na.
yeah.
Rex in Effect.
All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. All I wanna do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Check, baby, 1, 2, 3, 4, check.
You know what's funny about this, right? And it's like, okay, the words are what, you know, all I want to do is run my zoom, zoom, zoom and a boom, boom, shake your rump, right? If you told somebody this day and age that they didn't know that reference or didn't know that song,
Yeah.
and you said that to them, they would be like, shake your rump. You know what I mean? Like it's just funny. The verbiage is funny, right? Like the verbiage is funny, you know, that it just sounds kind of silly now and through lenses this day and age, the things people say. But back then it was a vibe. And I mean the beat is classic, but it's just funny. I just think the verbiage is funny.
Chris Rock used to say it
And
back in
looking
the
at it from
day.
this day's eyes. Yeah, yeah.
Comedian Chris Rock would say, if the beat's all right, she'll dance all night. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
who cares
yeah,
what the lyrics say? How about
yeah.
Onyx with Slam?
Oh,
Oh
Onyx was
my god, dude!
yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, that hit.
the name of the album, which is spelled BACCDAFUCUE,
Yeah.
the name of the album was Back to Fuck.
Yeah,
This is
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
What is
yeah.
it? Let me go ahead and play a little.
They're bringing up Johnny Z. They're gonna get Susie
no,
excited
no,
about some
no.
Johnny Z, bro. Yeah.
We got to bring up some Johnny Z for little Susie then.
Mhm.
Sorry, Mike. You got
Yeah.
pushed to the side.
No, that's fine.
What
No,
does she
Onyx
want to
is
see?
no.
Give the
But
people
Onyx
what they want.
yeah, yeah.
What do they want to listen to?
What did Susie
Onyx.
say?
Oh,
Oasis, Wonderful.
that one's a good one. I like
Uh,
Oasis. That's cool.
yeah. No, but Onyx did slam, bro. Literally.
Johnny Z, no senor. Yeah, no, I'll play some of this stuff for you.
Jason Garcia saying my sweet cherry pie. It was more about the video than it was
Warrant.
the actual stuff. It always had a build up.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
You know, Rick, puro exit 7.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, damn, bro. Yeah, there's a
Good
lot of
times.
songs, man, that take us back, to the
Yeah.
good old days, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. The ladies keep talking about DJ Laz and Johnny Z. You got to find some of those.
Let me
So,
go ahead and put some Johnny Z.
yeah.
What did she say? Johnny
She's
Z.
says Johnny Z, DJ
No,
Laz, Esa
senor.
Morena. Yeah, No Senor, Esa Morena, DJ Laz. Those are bangers. Those got the ladies on the dance floor, dog. So that's why that
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the move, bro. As soon as you heard that certain songs,
Johnny Z, baby. Mr. Mix, baby. From MIA, baby. To LA, baby. And in the
yeah,
bay, baby. We make it shake, baby. Shake it on, shake it on, shake it on. Shake it on, shake it on, shake it on.
There you go,
yeah.
man.
They're bringing up
Johnny Z.
Juvenile back that ass up, another classic.
I
As soon as
Juvenile.
as soon as you heard that theme, bro, you knew the ladies were moving to the dance floor, bro.
I
No,
That was
think
the
man.
move.
I think Greg Casanueva. I can't see the whole name. Sorry.
Castanuela.
Casanuela says that I think he's a little bit surprised that I actually know this music.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Mike knows some of this music. I didn't think you get down like that, Mike.
Dude, I mean, come on. Okay,
And DJ Last.
I was chasing girls in the mid '90s too, just like you guys were, man. Oh, Texas Latina saying Arrested Development. That was
Yeah.
great, man.
Those are good ones. Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah.
Tennessee was a great song.
Mike
Mhm.
knows music. He's the pulse of the city. Did he
Yeah,
tell you what
try-
he did? Rick, he said that to Pleasure one time in studio when he was on air, and Pledge got mad at him
Uh-huh.
because he
Really?
said he's the pulse. Mike said, "I'm the pulse of the city."
Oh man, yeah.
I'm the
That's
pulse of
tough one,
Spurs
yeah.
fans too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Yeah,
man, they were
Tribe
coming at you.
Tribe
They were
Called Quest
coming.
is a good one.
They were coming at Mike yesterday because
Yeah.
he had crapped on the city edition court, the Fiesta court.
Oh,
He didn't like it,
glad.
man. And
Oh
I'm like,
man, you
come
glad I wasn't
on.
on that show.
I'm like, Mike,
I
that's a
mean,
cool court, man.
nah.
What don't you like
dude.
about it, Mike? Do we got to
I
discuss
don't
this
I
again
don't
or
like
not?
the
Did you?
I don't like the Fiesta colors. I just I'm done with them.
Why? Why?
It's just lame. I mean, it was good back in the day for a while, and now they try to bring it back. It's just I want
I'm
the
surprised.
silver and
You're a
black.
nostalgia guy.
We
You're a
have the
nostalgia
manliest
guy.
of colors. We have the manliest of colors: black,
Silver and black.
white, and silver. Why deviate from that by adding fuchsia, purple, or pink and orange? I
Yeah.
never understood it. Dude.
It's. I mean, you're a nostalgia guy, man. I would think you'd be right up your alley. I mean, you love
Oh, you
90s
know what he
stuff and
hates, man?
nostalgia. What's up?
He hates the music, dude.
Oh,
He
like in
hates the
the
music.
stadium music or whatever, or like
Yes,
the
dude.
like dun,
From back
dun,
in the
dun, dun,
day,
dun,
man.
dun,
Oh
dun,
man,
dun,
he
that
cannot.
stuff. Yeah.
He cannot stand it, dude. As soon as they play the jam, he's like, "Oh,
Uh,
eyes rolling and everything." He's like, "This
I
ain't
think
it, man."
I,
Right there. He hates that. Come on, Mike.
what in the Bring It On is this?
This is what they play inside the Fiesta. The Fiesta colors, man.
Y'all ready for this?
Prepare for total domination.
You remember this song
Spirit Fingers.
back in the day, man.
I know.
Come on.
These
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
spirit fingers.
Yeah, these are not
These are
Spirit Fingers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the other song, I was
that part
telling
where they
Mike.
prepare for total domination. Yeah,
I
that
was
is
telling
funny.
Mike, man, the other
Yeah.
one that he hates, dude, the other one he doesn't like is too Unlimited, man, the Twilight Zone. I was telling him about this one.
Mm.
No, you sing it good, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm
mean, that
okay with
stuff
this
gets me
one more
hyped.
than the other one. Like this one, every once in a while. Every
Every
once in a
once
while.
in a while.
Couple of things before I think we're gonna wrap soon, Joe. But
Yeah.
a couple of things. Now those songs that you just played, I ain't gonna just listen to that like on my own, right, or anything like
Yeah.
that. Now at the arena, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's cool. Like I'll bump it. I'll have a good time with it. It'll hype me up. I'm not gonna like listen to that on my own. I'm not gonna just put that in my playlist or anything like that. But at the arena, those songs would hype me up, and I think it's appropriate for the arena. Second thing, damn, we lost Joe. Second thing is. Mike doesn't like the fuchsia and the pink and all that. It's because he's a misogynist. This is why. This is why Mike doesn't like those colors. I'm joking. I kid. I
I
kid.
don't
I
have I
kid.
don't
I
have I
kid.
don't have that
I kid.
feminist touch,
I
is what you're
kid. I
saying.
kid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mike is he's been accused of being a misogynist. He's been accused of these things. This further shows you're gonna upset people, Mike, by saying that. It's a subconscious, ego thing in your head that you can't get past this. Now we're psychoanalyzing you. You
Joshua,
can't
Josh,
get past.
Josh, Here Joshua's comment. He goes, hating on Fiesta colors in San Antonio is blasphemy. Nice show
Yeah,
logo, guys. Well,
yeah,
here's the thing:
fact.
you can't have black, silver, and white on a visual medium, so it makes sense
Yeah.
for
I mean,
this.
and again, Mike, it's not all the time. It's once in a while when they bring it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I love it. I like the colors. I think brings back harkens back in the day and all that kind of stuff. It's part of that. I don't know. I like them obviously, but like you said, I do like the black and silver because it's hard. It's classic and clean. But every once in a while you want to throw back in them '90s. Why not?
Yeah.
Mike just
Hanover,
wants get out of
Hanover
my
Fist,
yard, get off my lawn, kids.
Hanover Fist saying MJ never had the makings of a varsity athlete. I was varsity tennis.
Varsity tennis. Jesus.
I was
You know
4
what's
years, baby.
funny?
4 years later, baby.
Rick, you tell me
It's not,
this
it's not the
fact or
flex that you think it is,
fiction,
Mike.
man.
Hey,
They're
I'm
saying
just saying. Technically is technically.
I hear you. I hear you. Technically, it's
I
technically.
got the I got the leather arms.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
leather
oh
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
god.
Yeah. I
No,
hear you.
bro. I
My
was
bad,
gonna
Joe. What were
tell
you saying?
you, Rick, I'm gonna ask you a question, man, because you have one of the Area 210 shirts, right? The white one that's
Oh,
eye
yeah.
popping.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
people think that on the actual shirt, like our logo, it has Fiesta colors.
Hmm.
It's not really Fiesta colors. It's
Hmm.
eye-catching colors, but it's
Yeah.
not really
Yeah.
Fiesta colors. Like when we're doing the stream, I put the Fiesta stripes in here as a little
Hmm.
harken back to, the
Hmm.
Spurs of old. I know Mike probably don't care for it, but I like it. I think it's a nice touch, but it's not like incorporated into the logo per se.
Hmm.
It's just pops because of the colors. So when you wear the shirt out and about, people ask you like, "Hey man, what
Oh,
is
yeah.
that, dude?"
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Susie's out of here. Appreciate you stopping by, Susie.
Later, Susie.
Yeah, no, man. I've rocked that Area 210 podcast shirt and here in LAX, all over Cali, even in San Antonio. And it literally always catches people's eyes. Everybody's like, man, what is that shirt? And what is that logo? And I always, I tell them about the podcast, obviously, but it's an eye-catching shirt, especially the white one, man. I love the white one. The colors just
Pops.
pop, man. So, visit Joe has the merch website and all that kind of stuff on our page. Man, it's good merch, bro. It's good merch.
And you know what? If you want to be able to afford the merch and you want to make more money, you know who you got to call? You got to call my boy here. You got to call Mike.
There you go. 210-508-0369. I do financial advising, anything from retirement plans to investments, insurances, long-term care, disability. Roll over your money to me. Let me manage your retirement assets. 210-508-0369. Or you can start an account with me. 210-508-0369. Mario Cavazos says Mike fighting off an attempted robbery with a tennis racket is 100% real. You know why I had that? Because Joe, go to the media share. So before we let Fernandez go to the media share.
Oh God.
One of my
Here we
favorite
go.
TikToks that I've seen this week. It's a 5-second clip, 10-second clip tops.
Good.
Let me see.
It says answering the door for Uber Eats when you live on Marbach Road.
No, bro.
Now I want to see this. Now I want to see
Let me
this.
go ahead and share it. Here we go.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Oh
That's
man.
funny.
Is that the guy that was on
That's
our show?
Yeah, it's Chancla Academy, dude.
The Chocolate Academy? Okay. That was funny.
We need to have him back, dude. He's been doing a whole bunch of stuff, man.
That's funny. That's funny. Spurs again tonight, 2.5-point favorites. I'd be happy with a 3-point win. Be happy with the 2-point win. Be happy with the 1-point win. Let's
Yep.
get the split. This game right here, it's not about Wemby. This game is not about Castle. This game is all about Mitch Johnson. Can he adjust to the
Mhm.
same opponent 48 hours later. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's a late
Yeah.
tip tonight, and it's on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, either A, make more money and get it, or B, DM Joe for his login.
Oh, hell
credentials.
no. Y'all make more money. You don't want to watch that Amazon Prime.
Hey,
What is it?
I'm
And
telling you,
Mike says,
bro.
if you can't
Yeah.
afford to watch Amazon Prime, is not for the poors.
No,
Like, come on,
who was the
Mike,
commissioner?
man.
Who was the commissioner who said? Oh, it was the NFL commissioner goes, "Oh, we're a highlight
It's Adam
league."
Silver.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Adam
yeah.
Silver.
No,
Oh, that
Adam
was
Silver. Yeah, we're
NBA.
highlight league. Yeah, NBA. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. By the way, Shohei Ohtani was unanimous MVP in the National League yesterday, and
Yep.
Aaron Judge. Congratulations, Aaron Judge,
Mhm.
for beating Cal Raleigh for the AL honors. By the way, that was close. It was 17-13 in first place votes, and then they swapped when it came to second place votes. So they both got all 30 first and second place votes combined. I was cheering for Cal Raleigh, to be honest with you. The guy had over 60 homers. But man, how do you say no to the batting champion who also had 50 some odd home runs?
Hey,
Yeah.
man, I might have to send
Yeah,
some money to
can't do it.
Mexican Junior. Real talk. He's going to be in Vegas on the weekend. He says, you
Yeah.
guys want me to place any bets for you? I might have to send him some cash, some feria. Tell him
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him I want you to go ahead and put money that Mitch Johnson's going to be named Coach of the Year.
Ooh,
I wanna
plus
go ahead and
430
take
right
that.
now. Plus
I
430.
like it.
Want to get
It's not a
that, man.
bad. It's not a
Get in
bad.
on
It's
that.
not a bad bet to make. It's not a bad
$100
bet to
bet
make.
gets you 430 plus.
Look at
Take
Mario
it.
Cavazos. He says, Wemby getting 50 tonight, Joe. No, he's not, dude. I hope he gets 49, and that way I don't have to sign that apology form.
Greg is upset that I made Susie leave. My apologies. Lo siento.
With your misogynistic thinking, nah, she's a teacher, man. She has a hard schedule. As soon as her time is, her hard line is she's got to go with the kiddos. So she's all good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
next time you
Mike's
in town, Rick, we got to hang out with Susie. Susie seems like she's a lot of fun, dude.
good. Yeah, I've known her since high school, man. She's good. She's good people, and she's a good time. But yeah, we definitely got to get together, man. I'm hoping to be out there maybe in December. But we'll see. Again, for those of you who joined us late, I'm on my way to Atlanta, Georgia, and then to Athens for the UT Georgia game tonight or
Are we
tomorrow night.
flying
I'm
the
sorry.
Spirit? Are we flying Spirit or Southwest?
Spirit, bro. Spirit. You know why? Because I just got it was last minute, bro. And I was just like, give me the cheapest thing that I can get and I'll jump on it.
No,
Like so
You going first
I
class
will,
on
I will
Spirit,
say
man?
this. Whenever crap breaks down,
Yeah.
in when it comes to flights, when it comes to
Yeah.
Smoky Cabin had to return back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never Spirit.
It's not,
Never
bro. I'm
Spirit?
telling you, man. Spirit gets a bad rap, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not, man. So yeah, man. I found a cheap flight, man, direct straight to Atlanta. And then Athens is about an hour away, so I'm gonna take a shuttle out there. But man, I'm
You know
excited. I'm
what's
gonna watch the
funny,
Spurs
Rick?
game tonight in the college
It's
town.
it's the Harrison Barnes of flights.
Yeah, exactly.
Get you there.
Exactly.
You know what's funny, Rick? Mike he was bragging that he had splurged to get first class on Spirit, and they were
Yeah.
giving him all these snacks and a
They
granola
give you
bar,
free.
y tanto out there,
Yeah.
and the poors were watching him, and then he had to get the poor seat.
I was
He
having
had to get in the
grapes like
poor
this.
seat, right?
Yeah.
He had to get in the
What's
poor
funny?
seats.
But what's funny, dude? It's not even a first class area. It's just big seats
Just
in
a
the front.
chair.
So it's not even separated. So you're right. You're getting all this good stuff, and then like the first two seats are getting all the snacks and everything. And then literally, man, you're like, okay, you want a water? It's $7. Like for
Yeah.
everybody else. You know
Well,
what I mean?
okay.
He
Like
let him
as
have
soon
his
as you-
granola bar.
Yeah.
He got this
Here-
granola bar in
here-
first
here-
class. He
here's-
tried to
here's
buy
the
it. They said, no, sir.
No, okay,
sir.
okay. Here's the hack. It might be the difference between traveling Spirit, like first class, which again is just a bigger seat with a little bit more legroom.
Yeah.
Is that you have unlimited drink? You can drink all you want. You can drink on the. They'll give you alcohol.
Yes.
And they'll give you like 2 or 3 drinks, and then they'll give you 4 or 5 if you're nice to the flight attendant.
Yeah.
You get all the snacks and all that stuff, and it's only like $50-$60 more. It's not like
Right.
$300 more for the other
Right.
airlines. Now
Right.
there's no curtain like Delta.
No, right. Yeah.
Delta,
That's what I'm
they'll
saying.
let you
There's
know
no-
you are in
Yeah,
the,
you are the line is drawn, bro. Like you are not part
do
of
not
this. Like it is,
exist.
it is very, very, economic oppression. Like it's like you can't even look at what they're doing over there. Like you don't rate. But you're right, because here's the thing, bro. I do in-flight double Jack and Cokes. You know what I mean? That's what I do when I fly. It's about $20 just
Yeah.
for a double Jack and Coke in flight. So you get 2 of those bad boys. That's $40. You see what I'm saying? So like you said, you might as well splurge for the other seat. So yeah.
So I'm
You're not
talking
looking
about
at price tags. Did I tell you, man? They asked me if it was okay for them to charge me $22 because I wanted a old fashioned at the Flicks Brew House. because I told him
Yeah.
I wanted Woodsford Reserve, and the guy comes back because they were doing Evans Williams, right? And he's like, "Sir, we do it. It's a double shot. It's $22."
Oh, to
I'm
make
like,
sure. Yeah.
what the hell do I care? Give me what I want,
Give me
bro.
what I want, bro.
Give me
Exactly.
what I
Give me what I
want.
asked for. Yeah.
No man asking me,
Yeah.
are you good for it? Like, what? Because I'm Mexican or what, bro? Come on, man. Come on.
That's funny.
We
Have
don't
a
look at the
spot.
price tags when we're on a plane ordering a drink. If you want your
Oh, you
Jack and
might
Coke,
as
you
well not.
already know what the deal
You
is, bro.
can't. You
Come on.
can't, bro. It's just like going to Vegas or something like that. Like, don't even bother looking because
Nah.
it's gonna. Or at an arena, go to a Spurs game or any game, any arena. Don't look at the prices, bro. It's just gonna depress you.
don't.
If you just get it if you want it, and that's it. Like,
Yeah. Have your money in your envelope like Mike does for each day. He allots himself so much money.
yeah.
Yeah. That's good, Mike.
Bring that luck to the Longhorns, man, because I'll come back as a T-shirt fan, dude. I'll come back as a T-shirt fan when it's all
Yeah.
said and done. Spurs in action tonight. You have Aggies against South Carolina this weekend. You have Longhorns in Athens against Georgia. Have fun watching the game tonight. Let us know what bar out there is. He's going to be at Twin Peaks. I already know.
I'm gonna find. Listen, my Airbnb's in Athens, right? So I'm flying into Atlanta. Athens is a tiny college town, so there's no airport over there. So I fly into Atlanta, and then I take a shuttle about an hour to Athens. And as soon as I get there, I'm gonna get to my Airbnb, freshen up, and then I'm gonna find a college bar to watch the game. And follow me on Reels Fernandez if you don't already. And my adventures, my last adventures from being furloughed for the last 40 days. You know, it's really funny because we've been furloughed for 40 plus days, and as soon as they announced that we'd go back to work, which I was supposed to go back to work yesterday. I already had to call my people and I was like, hey, I hate to do this to you, but I already have this Georgia trip planned. So can I get 2 extra days off after the furlough? You know, so it was funny. But no, all good. Follow me at Reels Fernandez. I'm gonna be putting on my adventures out in Georgia representing the burnt orange, man. So I appreciate
Rick's like, I'm gonna take 2 more days off and y'all better pay me for them 2 days.
Exactly. I better get my back pay. You better run me my back pay. I'm 2 pay periods with no pay, bro. 2 pay periods with 0 paycheck, bro. So you better run me my back pay. So.
Rick's like, you better give me my money right now.
Exactly. Myra's also going back to her kids. So appreciate you coming through, baby girl.
Yeah,
very nice.
Myra.
We will see everybody back here on Monday. Thanks again to PF Chang's La Cantera for sponsoring the show. Again, they have happy hour from 3 to 6, and you can get those specialty drinks from $8.99. And as Joe likes to say, those lettuce wraps, they are delicious, by the way.
They're delicious, by the way.
Get the old fashioned. Get the Japanese old fashioned. They use the Suntory. Use the Suntory liquor.
Yeah,
the whiskey, the Suntory
Very
whiskey.
cool. We will be back on Monday. Go Spurs, go!
Stay put.
All right. See you all. Have a good weekend. We're out.